Qué hambre.
Metastasis química. Eso es lo que va a aparecer.
Hambre.
¿Oh? A ver qué basura presenta. No, por lo que se está viendo, me refiero que están saliendo como imágenes ya del propio juego. Creo que se va a ver bastante bien. Creo que utilizaba... No sé si utilizaba el motor gráfico del Shadows. Había leído por ahí. Así que no está mal.
Oiga, señor, ¿usted sabe lo que es el S-Reward?
¿Eh?
El S-Reward en una nómina.
¿No?
Pues es lo que a mí me pone ahí. Me pone, incluye S-Reward.
Impuestos que te roban.
No, pero eso incluido el S-Reward. Compensación salarial
Coño.
SBA fijo 22.481,80.
Los del Fornite van a hacer una colaboración con Mente.
Sí, eso es lo que le iba a decir a Sam.
Nah, ya lo sabía.
Y mola, la verdad, está bien hecho. Loco, ¿por qué hacen tan bien las cosas? Esas y una puta kit de Gref no. Hasta la del Rubius.
Venga, por favor, los 2 minutos más largos de la historia.
¿Por?
¿No es lo que estoy compartiendo?
¿Quiere ver lo del Assassin's Creed?
Ah, lo de las Assassin's Creed.
Sí.
¿Le puedes preguntar ahí a la IA en estos 2 minutos que quedan qué es lo del S-Reward? Porfa, please.
¿Y por qué no le pregunto a usted?
Porque estoy leveando.
Pues a mí me
Por
da
eso,
igual,
por eso.
para.
Y que no puedo parar.
¿Qué es el S?
Reward. S-Reward.
Here's a health to the company and one to my lass.
¿Algo de la seguridad social?
Ni idea. Es que pone incluido el S-Reward en el... En el... Coño, en el salario. ¿No te lo pone por ahí?
Se supone que en la mayor... Bueno, tampoco hay que fiarse de la IA, ¿no? Pero en la mayoría de los casos ese reward hace referencia a seguro de accidentes de convenio. S de seguro y reward por de reward.
Ah, pues mira, pues entonces tengo el seguro metido en el... En el culo, en el...
Queda sin pato.
Oh, en la nómina. Que esto es como todo. Habrá que ver cuando me llegue la primera nómina, que se cobra antes. A ver lo que me da.
A ver, disfrutemos de esta basura, a ver qué
At
pasa.
it again, Kenway. I thought you'd be done chasing fairy stories. Not yet.
Yo con ver gameplay ya soy feliz. ¿Qué va?
We fly no colors out here, but praise the lack of them. So let the black flag signal nothing but your allegiance to man's natural freedoms. If a man plays the fool, then it's only fools he'll persuade, but appear to be the devil. And all men will submit. We're pirates, kid. We take as we please and become who we like.
But that look ain't you. It's not who you are.
Who am I then? You're a wonder, Kenway. You've a knack for this kind of work. It ain't work if you love it.
Bueno, al menos
Y ya.
al menos el aspecto de la cara se lo han cambiado.
Y es lo único que te van a enseñar.
Hey
No
everyone.
mucho, pero bueno.
I have to say it is
Ah, mira,
so
¿ves?
good
Matt,
to be
Ryan.
here. I played Edward
Me
Kenway
imagino que no
for
estará.
more than a decade.
Nada,
Matt
tío.
Ryan.
He's one of those characters
El
that
rayado.
never really leaves you.
Matt el
Over
rayado.
the past months, we know that you've been waiting.
O sea, este es el que le han
We
puesto
know
el
you've
careto.
heard things.
Muy bien.
And today, it is finally time to share with you
¿Quién es el
what
que
we've
está en
been
el Assassin's
working
Creed
on.
2? O sea, en el Black Flag.
Assassin's Creed Black Flag
No sé, el
Resynced
original no sé quién
is
es.
a faithful remake of one of the most
No,
beloved
pero el nombre
Assassin's
del
Creed
asesino.
games.
Edward.
It's totally rebuilt
Eduardo.
from the ground
Edu
up, with the latest version of the
Auditore te iba a
Anvil
decir.
engine and enriched with lots of new additions.
El primero es Ezio Auditore, ¿no?
Resynchronization with Edward's journey and memories.
Luego, ¿quién va
The
después
same
del
story,
Ezio?
the same man, but elevated
Connor.
to a new level of immersion and
Con un
realism
MacGregor,
to bring you
imaginas.
one of the most thrilling swashbuckling pirate adventures. And I'm happy to say,
Si no lo sabes tú, que eres el fan super fan de Assassin's Creed,
Pero
no sé ya.
July 9th,
El 9 de
2026.
julio.
El 9 de julio.
Today, guys, you are getting the real deal. The first ever look at
Pues mira, yo
gameplay.
ya he terminado el Black Flag.
Everything that's been rebuilt,
Oh, el Black Flag, no está
reimagined, and some behind-the-scenes stories. But enough of my talking, yeah? Let's just
Así
jump
que te
in.
puedo ver.
Uy, no.
Si hay gameplay, me lo dices.
Hello, pirates. Matt Ryan here, the voice of Edward Kenway.
Lo dices para poner el
This
sonido.
is
Para eso.
Assassin's Creed Black Flag
Esto
Resynced.
esto ya es gameplay.
13 years after the original, this remake
13
brings the
años.
classic game back to life. Rebuilt from the ground up with the latest Anvil engine to deliver the most thrilling pirate
Utilizan
adventure.
el motor del Shadows al final.
All right, let's set sail.
Dash my buttons. Your life seems a grand one, if I may say.
Pues
So
gameplay
full
ya,
of
¿eh?
adventure.
Tiene pinta.
You
Hola,
play
Tulti.
as Captain Edward
Mira
Kenway,
cómo se, mira
a
cómo se ve, ¿eh?
rebellious scoundrel eager to make a name for himself in the pursuit of
13 años.
joy, freedom, and a search for a better
Qué
life.
raro,
¿Qué hacen
qué raro la
toditos?
cara.
Viendo lo del Assassin's Creed.
Yous mates with them pirates down in Nassau.
Shut your bloody gob or I'll fill it with shot, you hear me?
Edward, is it?
Se le ve rara la
The
cara.
assassins and
Sí.
Templars. Edward
Se ve raro
is
todo.
a centuries-old conflict with secret locations and legendary treasures at stake. Along the way, he joins forces with infamous pirates such as Anne Bonny, Charles Vane, and
El Assassin's Creed con más shaders.
With them, he helps establish a short-lived,
Literal.
lawless
Parece un
republic
mod,
following the
no te voy a
pirate
mentir.
code and defying empires built on cruelty and greed. Together, in their search for freedom, power, and riches, they'll
Pero
fight
se ve
across
bien.
a treacherous tropical
No, sí,
paradise.
se va a ver
From
bien.
dangerous waters to dense
Ya me jodería que
jungles,
estuviera mal.
untamed lands, and bustling
Faltaría
historical
más, ¿no?
cities.
Exacto.
From the grandeur of Havana, the thriving and wealthy jewel of the Caribbean ruled by Templars, to Kingston's bustling trade hub, and Nassau, the beating heart of the pirate republic. Each city offers a distinct atmosphere shaped by opportunities and conflicts. The Caribbean world reaches a new level of immersion and realism, powered by high-resolution textures, enhanced lighting, strikingly detailed environments, and a new dynamic weather system.
El motor del Shadows. 100%.
Even underwater exploration is more expansive, more beautiful, and more perilous than ever before.
Lo han mejorado.
With
Pues,
seamless access to
interesante.
cities and locations, the world feels truly alive. Creating
Las
the perfect
canciones,
backdrop
las
for a life on the
canciones.
edge, where freedom is earned and danger is never far away.
A ver, se ve bien.
Time
Joder.
to draw swords, lads. The combat system has been entirely reworked into an action-oriented
Han rediseñado el
experience.
combate. Yo lo veo
While
igual,
wielding
¿eh?
Así
two
parece.
swords, pistols, and hidden
Yo
Pero porque tú
lo
eres
veo-
tú.
Yo lo veo
Me
igual.
imagino que habrán hecho de adaptar mejor para el tema de que sea más fluido utilizar pistola y espada, ¿sabes?
Será más fluido, pero yo lo veo igual.
Ya, está. Pero lo que me refiero es eso, que me imagino que van a hacer más fluido el cambio entre espada y pistola o
Keep
cosas
track
así.
of your opponents and use all your tools to level the playing field. But fight recklessly, and you will be punished. Whether you're on the hunt or on the run, mastering your environment is key. As you navigate through cities and jungles, you'll experience smooth and improved iconic parkour moves. From free jumps to back ejects and
Han
side
puesto
ejects.
los saltos libres, ¿vale? Ok.
These options offer a range of reactive movements.
¿Cómo
giving
se
you
lo va a
tighter
fumar el
control,
style este juego?
resulting
Poco
in
se
Ya,
habla.
no sé.
and deadly
Poco se
assists.
habla cómo se lo va a
Saquen
fumar.
del 2, la concha de tu madre.
Being a pirate
Era un
assassin
poco
often
hecho.
calls for a
Yo quiero un Fallout nuevo, joder.
and it's enriched
Un Fallout nuevo que esté
Sí,
bien con el...
¡Se han metido sigilo a este juego!
approach targets.
Mira.
Madre que me parió el puto sigilo. A ver, puede ser interesante.
Medio retrasado ese
Tailing and
botardo.
eavesdropping missions have also
Pon
been
NPCs que
revamped.
quieres.
In the original game, getting discovered meant instant
Sigue siendo
desynchronization.
Vale, esto eran las misiones de
This
tal.
was a
Vale, a ver cómo lo han
big
hecho.
pain point. We remember.
A ver. Claro, ahora sí te
Now,
puedes agachar y tal.
action
Imagínate,
continues.
verás tú.
Your objectives remain, but your target will react, and you must adapt accordingly. All
Bien.
these new interactions offer multiple ways to succeed and progress in your missions. Of course, this wouldn't be a real pirate adventure without a
A
ship.
ver, batallas navales que serán prácticamente iguales.
Jackdaw. You named your brig after a boxy bird.
The Jackdaw. What a beauty. Set sail and freely roam the Caribbean. Now equipped with even more firepower, the Jackdaw can conquer the high seas like never before. With new alternate fire upgrades for every weapon, you
No
now
tiene
have
pinta de que
more
haya cambiado
power
mucho.
and flexibility to overcome opponents' ships in any situation.
¡Vaya!
No, el combate naval no tiene pinta de que ha cambiado mucho.
¿Y cómo quieres que lo cambie?
Han mejorado, más fluido, lo que tú quieras, pero poco más.
¿Cómo quieres que se cambie un combate naval?
And fought raids.
Que te bajes del barco y
All
le
of these are
flotes.
back, and as challenging,
Claro, y les
dangerous,
escupas también al ojo, no te
exciting.
jodas.
Exacto.
To reinforce your crew, 3 brand new officers make their entrance. Lucy Baldwin,
Coño, esto es
the
nuevo.
Padre, and Deadman Smith.
Están spoileando toda la historia.
Has a unique
es
narrative
Pues ya ves,
arc
vale.
that
Si
reveals
hasta el 9 de julio se te ha podido
gain their
olvidar.
trust to
No te
recruit them to
preocupes.
your crew and benefit from their special gameplay
Empiezas a
abilities.
decir cuántos años ya
Deadman
tiene.
Smith,
10.
for example,
13.
unlocks a double shot from
Ah,
broadside
no tiene
weapons.
tanto.
Eso es nuevo, o sea, vas a tener oficiales que te dan
Hombre,
ventaja.
13 años ya es un tanto, Darkel.
Ok. ¿Algo más?
Que con 13 años tú tenías todavía 5 años, me
Explore
parece.
the
O 6.
Caribbean alongside your
Increíble.
crewmates and
Yeah.
trust
¿Tienes mascota?
Porque tú has roto
¿Puedes
ya
tener
tú ya
una
la-
You can
mascota?
now find a cat or
Tú ya,
monkey
Darkel, le has
for
roto la
Jack.
barrera de los 18. O todavía no.
Engage and plunder
Como la
other
barrera de
vessels.
los 18.
Ver que él
18
tiene
años
20.
Uy,
Este hombre
tormenta.
tiene 20, creo que me dijo.
Uy, eso es nuevo.
Eso.
Just
21.
soak up the sun.
21, mira.
Mira.
Regaled by shanties
Paloma.
and
Vale,
Entonces yo he jugado esto desde hace
Pero
Ahí
las
está.
canciones.
Han dicho que han
No,
puesto las
estoy
antiguas y han
bien.
puesto nuevas.
Pero yo jugaba más al GTA que al...
Resynced offers a
Obvio, a ver.
deeper, more immersive adventure that remains
Y he visto por ahí todos los lados.
while enriching
Cuidado.
the
En
experience
la Xbox
with
era
enhanced
lo que todo el mundo
gameplay
jugaba.
features and fresh
Sí.
quests and storylines.
¿El GTA
Including
o
ones for
el
the officers you met earlier,
no me
and
sale ahora.
especially you and me.
El...
New
Fuck.
narrative arcs
No me sale el nombre. Bueno, pues
involving
ese.
friends,
El Far Cry.
Blackbeard and Steve.
No, el otro. Es que no me sale el nombre. No.
Xbox también era lo que más jugaban.
Sí, bueno, ya, pero el otro no me sale. No, da igual, Dante, no me sale nada.
A ver, Battlefield Titanfall.
El Halo.
Ese. Joder.
Wow.
Ay, ra.
Gracias. Es que no me salía.
With Black Flag Resynced, we set out to recreate.
No me salía el nombre, brother.
Muy bonito, muy bonito.
The
Darkel,
intention was clear.
El Halo.
Deliver
listo
a
para ir
full
a
and
acabar
enriched
con
experience
chupadores de
grounded in what
riata.
players loved.
No, no he descargado el juego.
We've rebuilt the entire adventure using our
Ese
latest
no,
Anvil
el
engine.
Marvel.
Expect fully
Vale,
overhauled visuals,
visualmente,
new additions that
visualmente
deepen
se
its
ve.
world, and enhanced gameplay both on land and at sea.
No,
Movement now
sobre todo
flows more
la
naturally from one
iluminación,
action to
se
the
nota
next,
mucho.
whether you're doing parkour across rooftops in Havana or fighting on the docks. Parkour builds on the latest design improvements from recent Assassin's Creed games, while still keeping Edward's classic
Ah, que no te lo has comprado.
Combat now offers a more dynamic, swashbuckling experience, driven by precise parries and takedowns. Stealth gets its share of improvements too, and the ability to crouch anywhere. They open up more tactical routes and subtle approaches, letting you shape the adventure the way you want. Naval gameplay also follows the same philosophy and offers more tactical options. New officers will join your crew with powerful abilities, while the Jackdaw's weapons can be upgraded with new modes to change up the fight. The sea now plays an active role in how you'll be challenged by the elements. Weather and waves will influence how your ship will handle, while preserving the pace and freedom players remember. Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced matters deeply to us and to you. That's why we took the time to rebuild it with the care
Es
it
increíble, ¿no?
deserves.
Con eso puede ver un puto
This
juego
remains a
tranqui.
solo, adventure, and character-driven experience. It is not an RPG. The focus stays on how you
Vaya,
play and
una
how
cosa que
you
tiene
explore
que
the
ver,
world.
hablando
And as
con
we
los
develop the
expertos
game, we organize dedicated workshops with our community. These early player feedbacks played an important role in refining many of these elements. Here's a look at their most recent visit.
Hello everyone, we are here at the Ubisoft Singapore studio where we invited some of our biggest Assassin's Creed fans to discover the remake of Assassin's Creed Black Flag. They've had the opportunity to meet the devs, try the game, and share their valuable feedback with us. Here's what they had to say.
Increíble que esta mierda haya salido antes que el
I
puto
still
Persia
can't
ese.
believe
Que lo han
that I
cancelado.
can
La madre que
help
los
the
parió.
dev team to make the game better and improve it when it finally arrives.
I'm part of that process, and Black Flag is my favorite game, so to be a part of that process is just awesome.
It felt nice to be appreciated in that way, to give direct input about the game.
The feedback with the dev team, they were very open as a dev team to take the criticism, what needs to be fixed, what's great. They even asked us more questions about it. So I love the curiosity that they show us, and it shows that they truly care about what they do.
I'm just really excited to be back, like with the addition of new audio lines, the new dialogue, and the new music.
I'm super excited to actually help improve the staff experience for the game.
I care about this game, this remake. When I heard rumors about this game, I just wanted to be involved in giving as much effective feedback as possible.
Some of this work came directly from spending time with some of our core players early on. We had them play early builds and sat down with them to gather their honest feedback on the game, tapping into the many things players expect of a Black Flag remake, from gameplay features to visual fidelity. This helped us refine some of our choices along the way. What was interesting was not only to gather that feedback, but to understand why players reacted this way. They were incredibly passionate about Edward, how he moves, how he reads on screen, even the details on his face. That led to deeper conversations. Together, we explored different approaches, tested ideas, challenged assumptions, and refined choices until the intent felt right again. The team's passion and commitment have driven every step of this journey, and we can't wait for you to see more of what we've been crafting.
Oh, it really is so good to be back in this world. Now, I believe the Black Flag is one of those pirate adventures that never really left the players' minds. And it's also really special to be here today with some of the people who helped shape the game back then and who are bringing it back now. Jean, you were creative director on the original Black Flag, and Paul, you're the creative director on Resynced, who's leading the vision of this remake today. Now, before we dive into what the game is now, I'd love to go back for a moment. So when you started building Black Flag back in early 2012? 2012. How was the world imagined in the first place? I mean, what were the pillars that were there from day one?
Well, from the very beginning, one of the key central core pillar was fluidity, right? We really wanted a seamless experience, connecting movement, combat, and navigation, all very naturally. And it was the same seamlessness that we were looking for between naval experience and the ground experience, because the other challenges we were facing was to merge actually two fantasies, being a pirate on one side and being an assassin on the other, without any friction. And the sea wasn't just an add-on, to the ground experience. Naval gameplay was really a core pillar from day one. We also wanted a world that feels alive, right? Something that would react to the players, always in motion. And it was very compelling to me to see other people like Paul and his team actually to face the same challenges that we did face back in the days. And I think what helped them craft the game was that a lot of people involved in Resynced today were already part of the game, the original back then.
Paul, so you were already a part of the team back then, right? So, when you come back to a project all these years later, what stayed non-negotiable from the original vision, apart from the fact that, I'm Kenway?
So, Matt, the one thing that was non-negotiable is the original story of Edward Kenway. We have never approached Resynced as a reinvention. Our goal is to carry John's vision forward. And today, we have much more room to do so since the game is engineered and rebuilt on Ubisoft's latest Anvil. It allows us to push dynamism, gameplay, immersion further, while keeping the original vision and story intact.
Sean, and you mentioned before how collaborative the original game was, and can you talk about that, especially with Singapore?
Yeah, absolutely. It was a absolutely team effort back in the time. And I remember actually in 2012, when we first came here in Singapore, meeting Paul and the team to do what we call the blueprint, this week of hard work where the game really emerged from the preparatory work. And Montreal worked very closely with Singapore. Singapore built key parts of Black Flag. The naval gameplay was built on top of the Assassin's Creed 3 naval tech that was developed, in some specific missions. But you were also behind a lot of places, locations, and gameplays, like caves, underwater gameplay, forts, ships, and some major missions like the E3 demo that you worked on.
That's right. Right. So there seems to be a real sense of continuity here, not just in the game, but in the people making it. One thing that really shaped Black Flag for me was how dynamic the scenes felt coming back to it for Resynced and shooting the mocap scenes in Toronto. The scenes just felt so dynamic, like the original game. And what was the intention back then, when it came to all the cinematics?
So from the start, and it was a lot of discussion with Kama, the animation director back then, we really wanted the scenes to feel alive. We wanted characters moving, interrupting each other, exchanging objects, and reacting physically. And that sense of movement was really part of the game's identity, I feel.
Right. And when you rebuild a game like this, I guess that becomes a huge challenge, right, Paul? And how did you keep the spirit whilst trying to push it further with all of today's amazing technology?
Well, there are many ways, but to carry on the spirit of Black Flag, we always remembered one thing: to rebuild the game with the original pillars in mind, John's pillars and the original core team's pillars. But the most important thing was the story. Every single small moment in the game had to be rebuilt and crafted. And it took a lot of handcrafting, especially the facial animations. But that's important because that's the soul of the game.
You men are the pariahs of Charlestown, and I would profit better by using your organs for chum and your bones for char. by Christ!
And you know, when you add new things to a game that people really know off by heart and they know it so well, the fear is always that the people might notice the seams, right? Jean, when you played it, what did you feel?
Well, actually, I felt like playing Black Flag, you know, and not even noticing where the original end was ending and when the new content that Paul and the team wrote was starting. And this is something really, really important. That continuity is very much essential.
You know, Jean, whenever we wanted to change or add something, we would always question ourselves, does this belong here? Would Edward do this? Would John get upset? And if the answer wasn't clear, we simply wouldn't do it. However, as we all know, no remake is complete without additional content. So we have added brand new chapters and brand new missions to the game, including a brand new scene with Edward's wife, Caroline, that's written by Darby himself.
Yeah, I remember playing it. Jean, so like there's something, I don't know, there's something deeper in Black Flag than just like pirate freedom, you know, and it's closely tied to the character of Edward.
Yes, absolutely. We really wanted to send a message also saying that freedom without structure doesn't lead you anywhere, right? And Edward's arc reflects that. He thinks everything will be granted, you know, that's the good life, plundering, etc. But then in the end, you realize that you lost all your friends. Yeah. Right? And so this is very important because he grows into someone that understands his own responsibilities and that makes him, like you said, very human.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I really leaned into coming back to the character after, you know, more than a decade. You know, it's the same Edward, but there seemed to be like, for me personally, you know, from the scenes that were written kind of, as I said, more dynamism, but also there's a certain kind of weight to Edward's journey, you know? I guess that with Black Flag Resynced, there are some really kind of important decisions to make, right, Paul? And how did you approach those?
So, Matt, with Resynced, we made a clear choice. It is a pure story-driven adventure, and we are fully focused on Edward's adventures in the Caribbean. As a result of this focus, we have elected to not have the multiplayer and not have the DLC. However, Resynced is built from the ground up with new story, new content, and new systems, but we're staying true to its action-adventure roots. Resynced is a 2026 take on the original legend. And for those of us who are curious, the original will still be available.
And Jean, so the modern day, right, that played a really specific role in Black Flag when it was released. And so can you explain how it fit the franchise back then?
So, you know, back then in 2013, the present day reflected where the franchise was at. It was a transition moment, especially with Desmond's story and what it meant at the time. But now with Resynced, I think there were some changes were needed.
That's right. Today, the modern day has evolved. For Black Flag Resynced, we have approached it in a way that focuses on Edward's journey while still connecting his memories to the Animus. The modern day rifts in Black Flag Resynced will feature new moments that focus on Edward's internal struggles.
There's also something about Black Flag that I feel that, I don't know, people still crave what the game brought, you know?
You know what? I think it's because it's a game full of light.
Yeah.
Yes, there is danger and violence, but everything takes place under the bright Caribbean sky, you know? Palm trees, seas, movement, it's very generous in a sense. And that sense of escapism has always been part of the game, and I feel it's very relevant in 2026.
Yeah, totally. And the other thing that the people, I feel, never forget, and certainly I never had, is the music.
Yeah, absolutely, Matt. It's the music.
Explota el vídeo.
Especially the sea shanties. The sea shanties in particular have always been part of Black Flag's identity. For Resynced, we have kept the shanties that everybody loves, but we have also added new shanties that are connected to the story. So today,
madre mía, tú.
we'd like to reveal a collaboration with an artist that's deeply connected to the Assassin's Creed franchise. And this artist has a special place in my heart because of his work on Assassin's Creed Revelations. Woodkid.
Woodkid. Ah, cool. Yeah,
that's cool.
That's great.
Hey everyone, Woodkid here. I'm in my studio in Paris now and I have great news for you. I'm back in the Assassin's Creed franchise.
Me suena de algo.
This time for Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. You know, the world of Assassin's Creed has been very important for me and very linked to my career. It started like 15 years ago or something. And this time, I'm very excited about what we've done. I know that Assassin's Creed Black Flag is a game that's very important to all of you. It's a game about escapism, about rebellion, about exploration. And these are themes that are very, very important for my work. I've explored these themes a lot in my music. So I won't say too much, but I can't wait for you to hear what I've done for Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced.
Having him return to the franchise, especially for Black Flag Resynced, means a lot to the team. We've been working on a newly reimagined track specifically for Black Flag Resynced, and we can't wait for you guys to hear it.
Yeah, right. And, you know, music is just one of those things that the people remember long after they stop playing. I mean, I did. The sea shanties, I still play in my car now from time to time, you know, and this game means a lot to you, and we know that.
Yeah, absolutely. This game means a lot to me, and I'm not saying that just because you guys are here. Just working on a game takes me back to 2012, and we all want the game to be the best it can be, and we really hope that you guys will enjoy playing it.
Yeah, so you entered the Animus for real.
That's
back
right.
in 2012, yeah.
I mean, what a great thing, right? To come back to something, you know, more than a decade after, you know, and get to revisit and rebuild and reimagine this wonderful world. It's just been such a pleasure for me, and I thank you guys for bringing me back. Before we wrap this up, I've got a little surprise for you. All right, this is something pretty awesome. I saw it today for the first time, and I love it. So here we have an Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced Collector's Edition. It's so awesome, and inside is a really stunningly well-crafted figurine of Edward Kenway sitting there, slouched like me, really. And he looks really cool, and it's crafted really well. And inside, there's a notebook with all of like Kenway's diary entries and journeys about all of his adventures. And there's also a brooch and a cloth map, and then some goodies in there for everyone. So this one is really cool. It's the first time I've seen it today. And if you guys like it, then you're going to have to get your own, because this one's mine.
You deserve it.
Thank you. No,
You're welcome to take it.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you. We can't wait for you to live or relive this thrilling pirate adventure with Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced that will launch on July 9th, 2026. I just want to say thank you for all being with us today, and we cannot wait for you to experience it yourselves. Cheers.
Curioso. Sí, es que estaba viendo esto. Os ponéis a hablar de otro juego y no me entero que estoy... A ver. Mira, el precio. A 60 pavos el puto juego. No, ya lo pillaré en oferta, tú no te preocupes, que 60 no me voy a gastar. Claro, a ver. Sí, bueno. Bueno, pues eso ha sido todo, básicamente.